I want to play a game. Oops, wrong character.
Hello, this is Ken. I like making things. I like making things out of paper, and I like making things cooler. Especially my figures. Sometimes figures don't look all that screen accurate. All they need is a bit of touch-up here and there to unleash their hidden potential. I also love using everyday tools and materials to recreate iconic scenes from my figures, so they can shine on my display. Subscribe to my channel and join my DIY adventure as I ask myself the same question every week. Can I make it?
Last week, I finally fixed the Hulkbuster, making it more metallic and more like he did in the movie. Check it out if you haven't already. Today, I'm gonna work on Ultron. Okay, this wasn't my original plan. I started with Hulk, then I figured I should do Hulkbuster too. And then Ultron, who was hanging out at the back of my shelf, started calling to me.
Help me, I need help.
So,
Let's deconstruct this figure.
there's an FAQ on the paint and brushes I use in the description box below. I really like Ultron the character, but the figure doesn't give off the menacing vibe he had in the movie. I have to give Hasbro props though for using a very nice silver. The red, on the other hand, is a little odd. It's supposed to represent the glowing effect Ultron had in the movie, but it looks taped on, and the back looks unfinished. Just my opinion, the head looks funny to me. I can't take the head seriously. The random red lines are too distracting. They resemble face paint more than red glowing lines. So the goal today is to add more depth to the silver and make the red look more believable. So, can I make it? Let me work on the silver first. I'm gonna go over the entire figure with my silver. Not because I don't like the silver Hasbro used. I actually really like the original silver on the figure. It has this subtle blue hue to it. But in order for me to fix the red and add more depth to the silver, I'll need the silver to look consistent. It would be better if the entire figure has the same silver paint versus bluish silver here and then plain silver there. Ultron is supposed to be made out of vibranium, so I do want the silver to look as sleek as possible. I'll have more control on how the silver looks if the entire figure has the same silver. It looks like nothing's happening, so maybe it's a good thing? It means my silver is pretty similar. Anyway, the main reason why I want to go over the entire figure with the silver is because I need to cover up the red paint. Oh, I just realized I could have stripped the red paint with acetone like some of you suggested. I don't have acetone. Does it have to be a specific kind of acetone? Let me know. Alright, now to add more depth to the silver, I'm gonna mix myself a gunmetal color and apply it over the recessed areas, like the armpits, the circular shoulders, a little bit on the arms and forearms, and the hollow bits on the torso. Visually, our eyes perceive lighter colors to be closer and darker colors to be farther away. So by adding some shading to the recessed areas, it will not just enhance the contrast, it will also add more depth to the silver. So it will make the figure look less like it's unpainted. The backside of Ultron just looks so plain, so I'm gonna add a bit of black to those lines on the figure. Alright, here's the painted body. It doesn't just look more metallic, it also looks heavier too. It's time to work on the red glowy bits. I rewatched the movie a few times and noticed that Ultron actually doesn't glow all that much. He does glow a little bit here and there, but it's never like the way he's portrayed in promotional images. So I'm gonna tone down the glowiness for my Ultron figure. I want the red glow to be more subtle so it looks more like it's glowing from within. I'm gonna use a wet brush and dab a tiny bit of red into these recessed areas. Unfortunately, the camera isn't picking up the red hue, but it's there. I'm not that satisfied with the glow, so I'm going to use a fine brush to emphasize the glow even more. I still want the red to be subtle, so it doesn't take over the silver. The red should look like it's coming from inside the body. Okay, here's the body all finished. The red glow isn't the best, but I like it a lot more than the original red paint. Time to work on the head. The red is too distracting. Let me apply the silver all over the head first, so I can cover up the weird red lines. I do want to keep the 2 red lines on his forehead though. Those 2 lines seem to be screen accurate. Now I'm going to define the head a bit more with a bit of black, starting with the mouth. Ah, there we go. That's better. Now let me define the other details on the head. I'm also adding a bit of black onto his cheeks to make them look even more sunken than they already are. And finally, gotta add the red glow. This is so hard, the lines are so thin, but I gotta do them. It'll look weird if the body is glowing but the head isn't. Alright, here's the head all finished. Now the head is a little less comical looking and a bit more menacing. It also looks more metallic and solid. The red glow could be better though. But how does it look as a whole? Let's see.
Hey, you can now support me on Patreon. I post quite regularly there, from behind the scenes updates to sneak peeks to video breakdowns. Top tier members will receive a DIY 3D mini poster every month. These mini posters look great by themselves, but even cooler next to other mini posters. I love making things, and this is my way to thank my supporters. The link to my Patreon is in the description box down below.
Oh, Ultron has more of a Terminator vibe now. The metal doesn't look lightweight anymore, and you can see the details much better. I really like the back. There are all these interesting shapes going on his back. The red glow is not too obvious from afar. Let's take a closer look. Ah, the glow doesn't look all that bad. I like that there's more structure to the body now. Overall, I feel like I did a good job improving the figure. Ultron looks more intimidating now. He actually looks like a killer robot. Not that he didn't before. He just looked like he was wearing face paint with those odd looking red lines. The red I added isn't super vibrant, but I like that it doesn't pull the attention away from the face. The face still looks a little weird to me, especially when looking at it straight on. He definitely looks better from an angle. What do you think? Do you like what I've done? Let me know down below. Now that I've done Quicksilver, Hulk, Hulkbuster, and Ultron, maybe I can build an Age of Ultron diorama display. That could be fun. Too bad there's no Age of Ultron Wanda. Anyway, let's end this for the photo shoot. Oh, Ultron looks amazing in photos. He's surprisingly very photogenic. I love all the various shapes on the body. It's a nice contrast against the more clunky Hulkbuster. Look at that back, so sleek. Another thing I love is how reflective and shiny Ultron is. There's always a body part or two that catches the light so beautifully. Ultron doesn't have the best range of motion, but he can pull off quite a few poses. Okay, he still looks a little odd straight on, but minor posture adjustments here and there make a huge difference. I find that this Ultron figure has a lot of personality, that you can almost hear his monologue. Anyway, this was fun. Give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Before I end this video, I just want to thank you. Thank you for watching my videos and supporting my channel. I know I don't reply to comments often, but I do read all of them. Your comments keep me inspired, and I hope my videos do the same to you too. As always, stay inspired and I'll see you next week. I can make it, so can you.